Everyone. So the Lakers signed Dennis Schroder, and it just seems very awkward, very clunky, right? What are they going to do? Are they going to run this team as is with 4 point guards? Are they going to make a trade, right? As soon as they got Dennis Schroder, like everybody was like, okay, Lakers trade's got to be coming. But so far, we have gotten nothing. Now, maybe tomorrow, trade happens. Maybe sometime this week it happens. We're getting close to LeBron's training camp, and we're getting pretty close to regular training camp, although I don't think the Lakers are operating under the, LeBron's training camp. I think they're operating under their training camp, but nonetheless, you got to imagine a trade, if it were to happen, is going to happen sometime soon. But if this team is as currently constructed, what is going to happen? We even got conflicting reports as soon as Dennis Schroder came, right? You had the Jovan Buha and then the Sam Orwick. They released a statement saying that, like, hey, this team, they're going to have all these guys compete with each other and, have to earn their spots. And then you had, another report that came out from Mark Stein that was like, no, like they're going to, categorize these guys, and some of these guys are going to play other positions, this, that, and the other. And it makes sense, right? Patrick Beverley, he could play the 2 guard. He could play point, play on the ball, off the ball, so he is very flexible. But we got a report from the Heavy that says Patrick Beverley could be playing small forward. Now, first off, if Patrick Beverley ever plays small forward, then that means it's probably a complete disaster. This season is an absolute disaster to just unimaginable proportions. Kind of like LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony starting games at center and stuff like that. Like, if you're resorting to that, you're probably in a terrible position. And if you read the Heavy article, it says, like, that they're going to use some of these guys, basically reiterating what Mark Stein says. But here's the thing. That's not what it really says. The Heavy's report, whoever wrote the report, completely misconstrued Mark Stein's actual, like, what he said, and actually kind of reported it backwards. But here, let's break this down. Let me show you what I mean. So right here you see, this is from the Heavy. This is what the Heavy says. However, according to longtime NBA scribe Mark Stein, the Lakers will look to combat their overflow of guards by sliding some of them into small forward roles next season as they look to balance the offensive and defensive talents they have available. As it would seem, Patrick Beverley would be the biggest beneficiary of this decision, as he will surely be the first small forward off the bench for the new look Lakers. Now, Darvin Ham himself said that he would probably start Patrick Beverley. I do think Patrick Beverley does start, and very likely it just depends on the matchup, but he probably starts, but not at the 1. He'll start at the 2 if they have Westbrook. Now, again, this is just assuming the team is as bad. If a trade happens, then all this is irrelevant. But if a trade doesn't happen, Patrick Beverley is probably the Lakers' 2 guard. But again, they're saying he's going to play small forward. He's going to come off the bench, play small forward. They later continued, seeing Beverley at small forward position will be intriguing, as he's never spent significant time in that position, and at 6'1" would be incredibly undersized, which means the Lakers are relying on his bulldog style of defense to help paper over any cracks that form due to his physical limitations. So again, they are mentioning his size and how it doesn't really make sense. Could he guard small forwards on a switch or something like that? Yeah, but to actually start as a small forward, that ain't happening. And the reason that ain't happening is because they completely just took what Mark Stein said and just they didn't necessarily take it out of context. They just interpreted it terribly. So here's what Mark Stein said. With Westbrook poised to remain a Laker when new head coach Darvin Ham opens his first training camp as LA's new coach, sources say Beverley is regarded eternally by the club as a 3-and-D wing, not as a point guard at this stage of his career. Now, he continues, the Lakers, in other words, see Westbrook and Schroder as their point guards as of September 18th, and the likes of Beverley, Kendrick Nunn, Austin Reeves, Lonnie Walker as the 2s and the 3s. So what he is saying is that Patrick Beverley and Kendrick Nunn are going to be the 2 guards. Austin Reeves and Lonnie Walker will be the 3 guards, and that they look at Patrick Beverley as a 3-and-D wing style guard type player, which he is. And as the roster is currently constructed, this is the only way that this can work. Westbrook and Schroder are your point guards. Beverley and Nunn are your shooting guards, which make a lot of sense because Beverley and Nunn both shot 38% from the field, or from 3-point range, from 3-point range, they both shot 38%. So you always have that guard, that 3-and-D style guard that can play the 2 and knock down at the rate of a shooting guard. So that makes sense. And then Lonnie Walker has a 6'10 wingspan, although he's undersized at like 6'4", 6'5", but he does have a 6'10 wingspan, so that could be hugely beneficial. And then Austin Reeves is 6'5", but he's got like a 6'7", 6'8 wingspan. That's the only way this works. But again, they basically took the top portion as a 3-and-D wing and not as a point guard at this stage of his career, and ran with that rather than putting the whole thing together where it says the Lakers, in other words, see Westbrook and Schroder as their point guard as of September 18th, and the likes of Patrick Beverley, Kendrick Nunn, Austin Reeves, and Lonnie Walker as the 2s and 3s. That doesn't mean Patrick Beverley is playing the 3 spot. I just wanted to clear this up because I got a lot of people in my live stream and leaving comments and stuff like that on various videos saying like, there's a report that the Lakers are going to play Patrick Beverley at the 3, and I'm sure other news articles and stuff like that are probably going to run with the story and say the same thing. I just want to clear this up. He's not playing the 3. He and Westbrook are likely your starting backcourt. Patrick Beverley is likely going to play the 2. He has a 6'8 wingspan, so that is good. 6'7", 6'8 wingspan, so he's got the length. He's a pit bull. He's always played big. He's always played physical, stuff like that. You got Westbrook. Hopefully Westbrook can buy in. But you have Patrick Beverley as, which is correct, a 3-and-D style player. So you have him who shot 38% for 3, that can play defense next to Russell Westbrook. So you have the shooting and you have the defense. That's what you need. Likely, the starting 5 will be Westbrook, Patrick Beverley, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Thomas Bryant. That'll likely be your starting 5. The next 5 up will be Dennis Schroder, Kendrick Nunn. I would guess Walker, just because, again, the 6'10 wingspan. I think him and Austin Reeves will be battling, but I think Walker will very likely be the next backup. Then probably Winning Gabriel, and then Damian Jones. Sorry, completely blanked on that for a second. So Damian Jones. So that will probably be our 10-man rotation. That will likely happen. Austin Reeves, of course, will get some run. He'll get some burn. He could probably play the point in certain spots, things like that. Other guys, Troy Brown, JTA, things like that. These other guys will get runtime, but that's the only way right now that you could play this roster to where it makes sense. You have Schroder and Westbrook as your point guards. They're both very similar players, although Schroder is a better shooter, but they are both very similar. And Schroder's more willing defender than Westbrook, but who knows? Maybe Darvin Ham can get a buy-in. Kendrick Nunn, Patrick Beverley are very similar in the sense of like those 3-and-D style wings. They both shot 38% from 3, although Kendrick Nunn can create his own shot and do so much. Kendrick Nunn is a more like what we know of as a point guard or as a shooting guard rather than a point guard. So him playing the 2 makes a lot of sense. He's just undersized again. So we're definitely undersized on the wings as well as the guards play. We are good at the center and forward position because even Thomas Bryant can play the 4 with his shooting. You could have LeBron play the 4 if you need to. Obviously, again, Winning Gabriel. The whole point was that the Lakers told him, you got to work on your 3-point shooting if you want to stay on this roster. Hopefully, the Lakers didn't just bring him back and actually did their due diligence and made him prove like that he improved on his shooting. And if he did, then he's our backup 4, which I'm totally okay with. He was very solid in the time we saw him. He just needs to work on his 3-point shooting. If he could just be league average from 3 as your power forward, that's perfect. That's all you need. So this team, I still think could be very good. I still think that they have a ton of potential to be a very good team. But be careful with the reports you read, and you got to actually read the whole reports. That's the problem. A lot of people, they just read the just the headlines, and all the headlines say Patrick Beverley at the 3-point line. Even the title of this video I'm going to make Patrick Beverley starting at the 3 in some capacity. So I'm sure there's going to be some comments where people are like, Patrick Beverley at 3. It's like, watch the video, because that proves my point, you know? So if you've watched this till the end, I want you to put Patrick Beverley at the 3, smiley face. Put a smiley face. That way I can distinguish the two. So that way, 1, you get the inside joke, and 2, the smiley face lets me know that, like, you you actually watched the video and got to this point, which I think would be pretty funny. And plus, I think people would think it's like, what do you mean smiley face? You know, that's not a good thing, because they can't watch the video to actually hear what was actually relayed. But nonetheless, as always, this is a discussion, so I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think Patrick Beverley playing the 2 makes sense? You know, do you think that a trade needs to happen? Do you think a trade's coming? I still think a trade ends up happening in the next day or 2. I hope so. You know, I mean, I wouldn't completely bet on it, but I wouldn't really bet against it either. I think it could kind of go either way. I think if the Lakers have a trade that they like, that they feel makes them better, they'll pull the trigger on that trade. But again, however you feel about it, I'd love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Let me know down in the comment section below. Quick little shameless plug, everyone. If you enjoy my videos and commentary here on this channel, As It Stands Lakers, then check out the link down in the description below and go subscribe to As It Stands. Believe it or not, As It Stands was the first channel. If it wasn't for that channel, this channel would never have existed. Because of the success of that channel, it led me to want to create this Lakers channel. So do me a huge solid. If you're not subscribed over there, go check that out. Go subscribe over there. I talk all things sports, all teams, things like that, not just the Lakers. So if you just enjoy my commentary and want to hear me talk about other things, or you just, you know, are a fan of other sports and other teams, go check that out. I promise you will not be disappointed. That being said, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification. Stay up to date with all things sports. Join this wonderful community and all of our discussions. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.